Okay, Dale tweeted a lot of good things over the weekend. One of them was watching practices, and there seems to be a lot of concerns. Water temps, brake temps, tire wear, vision. I miss when we had all these concerns every week. What a wild one this one is shaping up to be at Bristol. The fact that we had to do a dirt race to like figure out the key elements that racing that is missing, like
practice.
And Brad Kozlowski said, got to keep the tires on it. And Chase is like, I miss when we had to do this all the time. Like simple, like just, I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm just a person that enjoys quality racing. And I feel like the quality racing with a lot of different drivers having to manage and teams having to manage all these elements of their car. Maybe a real engineer can like tell us if these are truly make racing better, but like all that combined, factored in, makes for, I think, a more exciting race. And glad it took a dirt race for us to have to figure that out again.
Yeah, it goes back to just building up the weekend, and drivers creating dialogue about practice and stuff. And I know Dale was even, he talked a bunch about on the download. He hated practice, but then he got to his final year and he enjoyed it so much, just trying to find speed in different areas at the track and be able to work with it with his crew and all that. Like, I think that's fun to watch on my side. Like, I don't even know what changes they're making, but I think it's fascinating to watch these teams and these geniuses at work. And I think we should put them to work more than what we already see them just lining them up on the grid. Yeah,
the model, I think, is F1. I've mentioned before on the show that I'm getting into it. And
I just watched Drive to Survive, by the way. I just watched the first episode of season 3.
You didn't watch the first 2 seasons?
Good.
Yeah.
No, not really.
All right. My opinion, this season was the worst of the 3. I think you really need to go watch the first 2.
Because of COVID?
Yeah, that's part of it. But like the storylines of this last year in F1 were not as good as the first 2 years. And COVID probably was the reason because they didn't go to a lot of the same tracks. I would go watch, no rush, go watch the first episode of the first season and progress from there.
Okay. Yeah, but I thought it was awesome. And like just like the whole, like even thinking about, I don't remember which driver it was, but it's like, I'm going to botch this, but it was like someone was like on the like a Red Bull World Racing Team or something like that, and like world, and like you think about it, like this is a world event, like this is highly sought after, like, and I don't remember the last time I watched an F1 race, but just watching everything around it, even their media day and the pictures of all the drivers on the track. And it's like, it's a big marquee event. I would love to just see, like, here's the thing, NASCAR can get a documentary, but I don't feel like NASCAR is at that type of level. Let's elevate it to bring it and make it big.
A documentary on that, like a platform
more
like
access. That's just more access. We used to have media day and have all the drivers accessible and preseason testing. And it's like, man, F1 still does all that. Why did we go away with all those things?
Yeah.
So
and
frustrating.
They have kind of maintained that kind of structure of their sport, and it's benefit them. Like their practice, qualifying, testing, like they're all about all that stuff. The races are short. I tweeted this on Sunday. Blown away by F1 quality of broadcast coverage and graphics. You need to watch a race simply. It's try to find
on so damn early.
But when they're in like Canada or something, that'll be like a normal time.
Yeah. What time are they normally every weekend?
It really depends. They travel
like Eastern.
Well, it's usually like this week.
Do you wake up early for it?
No, this weekend was 11 a.m.
Oh, okay.
But it will change every week. But here's the thing: their broadcasts are like watching that compared to like anything NASCAR does is freaking crazy. Someone tweeted about Landon Castle tweeted about the graphics that they have, which are incredible, and the data they provide, like all this information they're giving you.
And we got cartoons that don't even look like the drivers and get worse somehow every week. Like literally, I looked at the one of Bubba and I'm like, no way, that's the same one that we saw in Daytona. Like his it looks less like him. It feels like every single person's graphics seem to have gotten worse every week.
Yeah. F1, here's a intense, dramatic Drive to Survive Netflix series. NASCAR, well, let's do a Kevin James sitcom. F1, here's some really
You watched The Crew?
graphics.
You end up watching that?
I watched like 4 episodes. I'm like, this is done. I can't do
this. It was all right. I think the best part was when Blaney and Austin Dillon were in it. Like, that was honestly like the best part. Like, it was funny watching them. But,
Then F1 was like, we got all these great broadcast graphics, and Fox is like, here's some cartoons. Like, yay, fun. Another thing I put, captivating tire and pit strategy. Like F1 races on stages, they just have these really compelling strategies where there was a 2-stop versus a 3-stop strategy, and the win came down to literally second, like not even a second. Like it was someone closing in on better tires versus someone with older tires leading.
And you know what? It's almost like you got to get rid of stage racing at road courses if we want to get that back.
Yep.